As you know, sport is a pretty big thing in INEOS. Cycling, football, sailing, and now we've got Formula One with our deal with Mercedes. So let's get the inside scoop from the people who really know about it.
It's been just remarkable to think what we've achieved. I don't think any of us expected a year like this, and to be able to deliver under the circumstances with what's been going on around the world and deliver at the level we've been able to deliver. I think it's just overall been overwhelming, and I'm really proud of the team and what we've achieved. Real pinnacle of the year would be Turkey. It was the hardest race psychologically and technically than I think of probably any race that we had all probably faced. And so to come through it unscathed and as strong as we did, and with the implications of what that race meant as well, I think it was probably the highlight.
Lewis's achievements make him being part of the best sports stars that have ever existed. He has won 7 consecutive titles, which is like Michael Schumacher in the past. More race wins and more pole positions than any other driver. Formula One is who he is, and I think there is much more to achieve together. COVID-19 caught us from nowhere. It obliged us to work differently. Races give us structure. We know we go to 20 odd races. We are there from Thursday until Sunday. You're coming back, you're in the factory. And all of that was suddenly in shambles. And then of course the World Championship was compressed into 6 months, very intense for the team, triple headers, which are tremendously difficult because you're away from the family. But in a way, it just makes us stronger for the future. There's a reason why not many sports teams in the world have achieved consecutive world championships. And I believe that with 7 in a row, we are probably the only one. And we've been really able to keep the group together. And probably most important, we've set the right objectives every single year. And once you align everybody behind such an objective, you become a powerful force.
The America's Cup is just around the corner, and the team have been hard at work preparing for the final lap of this mammoth challenge.
Yeah, we had to adapt the team. I was pleased with the way the team were able to make changes and change the strategy to fit that and maximise our time on the water. I think for the whole team, obviously the sailors, but the whole team, putting a lot of effort, a huge amount of effort into this campaign to actually get out there on the race course. That's where we want to be. That's ultimately what it's all about, to weigh ourselves up against our competitors. What's brought me joy this year, it's been a difficult year for everybody. So I think ultimately getting closer to the goal of racing in the America's Cup, getting our second boat launched, Britannia 2. It's a fantastic looking boat. Getting that on the water was a huge team effort. So I think we all took a lot of pride in that and excitement in the racing ahead. It's been a frustrating time for everybody. From a management perspective, having to make some pretty difficult decisions strategically in terms of where to base the team and how to alter our schedule to fit around the pandemic. You have to react. It's very hard to plan ahead in that scenario, and that's been a very interesting process to go through.
Football may have been deprived of fans this season, but our teams have powered through lockdown to enjoy success.
How have the teams done this year? It's probably easier for me to start with how did the teams close last season. And I think in terms of our overall football project, it was as good a year as we could have expected. In a normal business, you'd do ABC, you'd have a 90% certainty of outcome. It's not like that in football. So that's part of the challenge, part of the appeal of football. We got Nice with the frozen season into the Europa League, so we got it into Europe, and that was earlier than our plan. With Lausanne, with the new stadium opening in November, we got promotion to the Super League. That was pretty significant and pretty special to be part of that, after quite a difficult journey. And with our partner club, Racing Club Abidjan, We won the league there, and we got Africa Champions League football. So that's as good as it gets. 2021, I think, will be a very important year for us to sort of prove our concept that running these clubs together, that we can develop young players, we can give pathways to young players, that we can see success on a federal basis with the clubs. But the absence of fans is very significant. It's very significant economically to us. The real positive is we've continued to play, and we have a season there. And I think there's a big audience for football still. So that's a real positive out of a very difficult situation.
The INEOS Grenadiers had an exciting year as the team changed name and saw a young man from Hackney steal the show in Italy.
What I like about this team is there's a lot of there's new personalities. It's quite a young team. You know, they're at the start of their journeys, a lot of these guys, and you can feel that. We've had to modify quite dramatically, actually, what the way that we're operating to keep the team safe and ourselves safe, obviously, but also for the public and to be respectful of the societies where we travel through. So that's been a big undertaking. But the great thing about it, everybody's been resourceful and pragmatic, and everybody's pulling together. And hopefully we get this great events on the road and entertain and do everything that sport's supposed to do. I guess one of the things about, running a team for a long time, trying to sustain success, is you have to reinvent yourself. And of course, we've been working with Jim and INEOS, and they're very ambitious and they're full of ideas and projects and plans all the time. And we share the same values, and that's what we want to bring into the team.
Unbelievably, it's been over a year since Elliot smashed the 2-hour marathon barrier, and he's back training, ready to race again.
2020 has been hectic. There's been actually part here in sport in general, but personally I've been adapting on it. I've accepted the lover of change and accept what has been actually what the COVID-19 has changed the world. It was hard to believe that something can come in and kick out big games like Olympic Games. It was unbelievable that COVID can really move big things in the world and nobody can actually prevent. What has brought me joy in 2020 is I'm still able to run, I'm still able to watch sport, I'm still able to do any kind of sport, which is actually, sport is always life. That's make my life interesting. It's really important to actually be among the INEOS sporting family, because sport actually is what drives the world.